Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show right here over the digital airwaves of YouTube. I wanted to share a statement from my buddy Charles Barkley, his reaction to the likelihood TNT will lose the NBA after this upcoming NBA season. The NBA's TV deals with ESPN and ABC, NBC, and Amazon likely mean the end of the iconic Inside the NBA show. And this is how Charles Barkley is feeling about that. Quote, clearly, the NBA has wanted to break up with us from the beginning. I'm not sure TNT ever had a chance, Barkley said. TNT matched the money, but the league knows Amazon and these tech companies are the only ones willing to pay for the rights when they double in the future. The NBA didn't want to piss them off. It's a sad day when owners and commissioners choose money over the fans. It just sucks. I just want to thank everyone who has been at Turner for the last 24 years, Barkley said. They are the best people and the most talented, and they deserve better. I also want to thank the NBA and its fans, the best fans in sports. We're going to give you everything we have next season, end quote. Charles Barkley and the Inside the NBA team, those are my brothers, those are my friends. I love them dearly, and I wish them nothing but the best. But to quote Charles Barkley, he wasn't really concerned about himself, Shaq, Kenny, or Ernie. It's the people that work behind the scenes, wondering what their lives are going to be like once the NBA is no longer a part of the TNT family. People that he's worked with for 24 years, that he's come to know and love dearly. They've had children, they've gotten married, and all of these different kind of things have transpired, and his sensitivity is towards them, which is incredibly admirable. And if you know anything about Charles Barkley, he's got a heart of gold. He's got one of the biggest hearts you could ever imagine. What a beautiful, beautiful brother he is. But that don't make him correct. And in this instance, based on that quote that he put out, that statement that he put out, it's not telling the whole story. The fact of the matter is you can't sit up there and say that the NBA didn't want this from the beginning. I told y'all a few days ago, my sources told me that Adam Silver and the NBA talked to the leadership at TNT and Warner Brothers Discovery, led by, Mr. Zaslav. And they knew what the situation was and what they needed to do in order to keep their NBA rights. And there was a lot of hemming and hawing going on. I can't get too specific because I don't know all the details, and I don't want to be irresponsible here, but it wasn't some situation where they got backdoored. It was clearly obvious what was transpiring. We saw Amazon get into the NFL game. We know they want to get into the NBA game. They want to build their sports cachet. Their market cap numbers at about $3 trillion. When Warner Brothers Discovery, along with Disney, along with Fox, is at about $400 billion. This is business. And so you know that, and you saw the handwriting on the wall, but you had an opportunity to match, and evidently it wasn't a priority. How do we know this? Because Charles Barkley called out the honchos at TNT. He talked about their unwillingness to prioritize accordingly. He spoke adamantly against TNT leadership. Or if not TNT leadership, Warner Brothers Discovery. Charles Barkley did that. He was the one that told the world folks were dropping the ball. He was the one that told the world folks weren't on their game when it came to doing everything they could to keep the rights over at TNT. That was Charles Barkley who said that. Now it's the NBA's fault? The NBA is a business. The players are about their business. They're about getting paid. Coaches are about getting paid. Steve Kerr getting $17 million a year. Popovich getting $17 million a year. Eric Spoelstra's over $15 million a year. Ty Lue's over $14 million a year. Monty Williams is over $13 million a year before he got let go by the Detroit Pistons. I mean, what are we talking about here? There's money everywhere. And people who are participating and contributing to the coffers of the sport are going to look to get paid. Of course, the owner's going to be first in line. They're the ones cutting the checks. And billionaires live by different codes. We get all of that. But so do the leagues. You think the NFL are giving people bargains? They're looking to profit as much as they possibly can. with all the money that they're making. I remember years ago with Colin Kaepernick and everybody, the owners were complaining, oh my God, what's going to happen? You know what? He is a distraction to the sport. He's got to go. It was the same year each owner pocketed $246 million apiece just to put in their pocket from the TV rights deal. And they were worried about Colin Kaepernick costing them $1. This is who they are, fair enough. But the league is a cash cow if you're the NFL. And now here we are talking about the NBA. You think they just want to sit idly by and watch the NFL make all the money? An 11-year, $76 billion deal pays players, pays coaches, pays all the personnel that works under the NBA umbrella, pays people who work for those networks airing the NBA product. That is ABC and ESPN, which is Walt Disney. It is NBC, which is also Peacock. It's Amazon. Here they come. Everybody been talking about linear television is dying, right? Even though I would beg to differ. TV, maybe, but not linear content over the digital airwaves, but that's a different story for another day. The fact of the matter is, in the end, everybody's looking to get paid. Everybody's trying to get paid. And those people at TNT are incredibly talented. Incredibly talented. And if you are Amazon, if you are ESPN, ABC, if you are NBC and what have you, look at them. There's a lot of talent to pluck from that tree. They know what they're doing over there. Fair enough. But the gloom and doom and all of this other stuff, and because of money, Charles Barkley, you're getting paid, my brother. Well. So is Shaq. So is Ernie and Kenny, not in anybody's pocket, and certainly not questioning that you deserve it. Y'all are my boys. I love you. You know that. And you deserve it. But none of us are doing this for free. Hell, I own and operate this YouTube channel. I ain't doing it for free. I'm on iHeartRadio. It ain't for free. I work on ESPN First, taking NBA Countdown. It ain't for free. Everybody trying to get paid. I can't fault the leagues for doing the same. At some point in time, we got to grow up and start and throw emotions to the wayside. Everybody and their grandmama knew this was coming down the road. If you're David Zasloff and those brothers, you got to do everything that you can to ingratiate yourself with the NBA and Adam Silver, to do everything that you can to keep the rights over at TNT. That wasn't a priority a couple of years ago. It might have been now when they tried to match and the NBA said, no, it's not a match and we're going to go with this Amazon deal. And now we're expecting a lawsuit battle between the two parties that'll probably reach a settlement at some point. But in the end, what it comes down to is everybody knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. I'm sensitive to what Charles Barkley is saying. I don't want anybody unemployed, especially from a top-notch production like TNT did with Inside the NBA. First class all the way. The standard, the creme de la creme, no doubt. My favorite moment outside of Charles Barkley having Shaq choke on himself with laughter because he's talking about them big women in San Antonio. Outside of that, okay, my favorite moment was when Shaq was introduced to the world as the new member of the TNT team. When he was sitting there doing that commercial, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, look out, baby, because here I come. Oh, yeah, I loved it. Get ready, here I come, get ready. Oh, get ready, baby. Remember that? Shaq was doing his thing. I loved it. I always tell him that. TNT is the show special. And it's can't miss television, and it's going to be that way this season. And the talent that's over there, I respect where Barkley's coming from. My brother, what I would tell you is believe in that talent over there. Because as great as they are, they're going to land on their feet because they're that great. But let's not look at the NBA and lament that they're going for money when we getting paid what we get paid. Charles Barkley been telling people for years, you got the best job in the world. You don't even consider it a job. You stealing money. You said all of these things. You've lamented The fact that you know there's police officers and firefighters and doctors and nurses and teachers and everybody else that don't get paid what you get paid. You still got paid, still took the money. That's all I'm saying. I can't look at a business and fault them for conducting business. The NBA is big time. It's a global iconic brand. The best players in the world representing the United States of America are in Paris right now. Oh, by the way, a few of them are on Team France. A few of them are on Team Serbia. Few of them, many of them are on Team Canada. Got one in Greece. Got somebody for Australia. Germany, I think. I get where Charles Barkley's coming from. I truly, truly do. But come on, bro. You can't fault a business for doing business. Now, if they're keeping the money for themselves and they ain't spreading the wealth, they ain't hiring anybody, and they ain't patronizing folks so you can fuel the economy and make sure you put money in other people's pockets, I get that. There's thousands of employees with the NBA. It's thousands more who benefit from the NBA product, if not millions. Because events fuel the economy and stirs the cup. Restaurants, hotels, travel, etc. It's not gloom and doom. It's just another avenue to be explored. And in this case, by people over at TNT who happen to be great. Not only may they land on their feet, they might get a better opportunity than the one they had at TNT. And that was a pretty damn good one. Who's to say? Let's see.